the time has come again to cover another 3 character gameplay trailers that have been revealed by Bandai Namco for the all-new game BLEACH Rebirth of Souls. It's no exaggeration to state that BLEACH fans are super excited about the first BLEACH console game in over 10 years. Bandai Namco have been really pushing their marketing by releasing an all-new character trailer for Rebirth of Souls every Monday for the last few weeks. So far on the channel, we've covered the characters of Ichigo, Rukia, Uryu, Byakuya, Chad, and Yoruichi. So for this next video, we'll be discussing the next batch of character trailers that have been revealed by Bandai Namco, so you definitely want to make sure that you stick around until the very end of this video, as I'm going to be going in depth and analysing the latest trailers for Urahara, Gin, and Rangiku, and I'll be explaining how these characters function within BLEACH Rebirth of Souls. So let's begin with Urahara's gameplay trailer. So he's described as the head of Urahara's shop. It's stated that he stands freely at close quarters, offensively and defensively, with a fearless smile. So Urahara's first attack is called Special Flash Attack, and it's similar to Byakurai. This is an attack that has a wide attack range, and it can be used to check an opponent at a distance, thus hindering their movement. So you can see in this attack, he fires this red beam out of his sword at long distance, and he can fire it at close range too. So Urahara's spiritual pressure move 1 is Kamisori Benihime. Via this attack, Urahara sends blood slashes forward. Kamisori Benihime is slow to charge, but it has a high hit rate, and it can cancel out an opponent's projectiles. So Ichigo attempts to strike Urahara, but he blocks the attack with his spiritual pressure move 1. Spiritual pressure move 2 is titled Are You Prepared? So for a certain period of time, Urahara takes the fight just a bit seriously, and the time that's taken between his actions is reduced, thus his mobility increases greatly. So as you can see, spiritual pressure move 2 is activated when Ichigo strikes towards Urahara, but he cancels the attack, and it's followed up with a series of attacks in quick succession. Okay, now this is followed up with Urahara's Awakening. Urahara's Awakening involves him releasing his Shikai Benihime. Once the Shikai is activated, Urahara enhances his regeneration of the reverse gauge, and it increases opportunities to activate flash step as well as reverse actions. So you can see him here attacking in really quick succession. His speed is increased dramatically. So there you have it, that was Urahara's gameplay trailer. So he's described in general as a well-balanced character who has actions for all types of situations. And to be honest, this is reflected well in his stats sheet, as his technical special skills, his power attack strength, and his speed and mobility are all pretty much the same level. But Urahara has a bit of a boost in his toughness and durability, as well as his reach and range. And in terms of ease of use, he's ranked as 3 out of 5. It's no secret that Urahara is my favorite character in the series, so I'm definitely going to be playing as him a lot in Rebirth of Souls. And I just love the fact that he's just balanced in all areas. And he does seem like he's going to be incredibly fun to play as. Next, we have the character gameplay trailer for Gin Ichimaru. I was really surprised when this character was revealed. I was honestly expecting Renji, but Bandai are doing a fantastic job of keeping us on our toes, because at this point it's really hard to predict what the next character trailer is going to be. So Gin Ichimaru, the captain of Squad 3, he is described as having the fastest Zanpakuto, as it swallows Gin's opponent with a single blow hidden in a blade ballet. So let's have a look at Gin Ichimaru's moveset. So we start with signature move Serpent Strike. This involves Gin extending his Zanpakuto Shinzo towards the opponent with a high speed thrust. So if you're to launch this attack and you hold the input for the attack, it strengthens the performance of the ability. So as you can see here, he extends the Zanpakuto towards Ichigo and it strikes him. And then you have spiritual pressure move 1 called Urozuki, and Gin turns his back to the opponent to catch them off guard, and then he extends his Zanpakuto to counterattack. If the counterattack lands, he activates Snake Possession, and once Snake Possession is activated, then the damage from the tip of Gin's Zanpakuto is enhanced. As you can see, he turns his back towards Ichigo and fires the attack. He's clearly somebody who's good at long range. And then we have spiritual pressure move to Shinzo Sosen, involves Gin cleaving a wide area with his Zanpakuto Shinzo. Now if the attack lands on his opponent, the Zanpakuto extends for a follow-up attack. So you can see here Gin sweeps the area and then he strikes Ichigo in midair. Now that is a super impressive move, and I'm sure it's going to be very satisfying to pull off when you're playing as this character. Now next we have Gin Ichimaru's Awakening. Now Gin's Awakening involves releasing his Bankai Kamishini no Yari. Gin's range of attack increases here as it allows for a fighting style which keeps his opponent at bay. So it's no secret now that Gin is a long-range range fighter, and you can see in his awakening state, he's constantly putting the pressure on his opponent, making sure that there's a lot of distance between him and the enemy. So yeah, that was Genichimaru's amazing character reveal trailer. He is described as a strong, medium to long range combat character who utilizes long range abilities to keep his opponents at bay. So here are the gameplay stats for Genichimaru. So in terms of technique with his special skills, he's pretty decent, but in terms of his power, his attack and strength is lacking, along with his durability, which are both his weakest stats. But Gin truly excels in his speed stat, as his mobility is incredibly high, and his highest stat of all is his reach, as his range of attack excels almost every other character that's been revealed thus far. In terms of Genichimaru's ease of use, he is ranked as 4 out of 5 stars. So yeah, this type of character is going to attract a particular style of player, and I know it's not going to be for everyone, but I'm so glad that there's just this variety of characters that's been included within Rebirth of Souls. So the final character gameplay trailer that we'll be talking about is the reveal of Rangiku Matsumoto. Honestly, this one had taken a lot of us by surprise. We were definitely expecting Renji to be revealed, especially since he was revealed during the earlier trailers for Rebirth of Souls, but we are yet to see his character gameplay trailer. I'm not complaining though, I'm really glad that Rangiku is available as a playable character. So she is described as the charming lieutenant of Squad 10. She can turn her sword into ash and run freely across the battlefield. So her character model looks absolutely incredible, and again, with all of the characters, she's very on model. So her first ability is signature move Hado 31 Shaka Ho. She fires a Shaka Ho which travels at slow speed, and if it hits the opponent, it can be used for a follow-up attack. It is a simple attack but has a lot of utility. So you can see that she fires the Hado spell at Gin, and following the attack, she has a bit of room to land another attack or to dodge a follow-up attack from her opponent. Her next ability is Spiritual Pressure Move 1 You're Too Slow. This is a counter move which allows Rangiku to come up behind her opponent and blow them away with a Shaka Ho. Here, Rangiku dodges Gin's attack and appears behind him, following up with a Shaka Ho attack. Spiritual Pressure Move 2 Sokatsui involves Rangiku thrusting both of her palms up and then down as she unleashes the Sokatsui attack. So this attack is described as having weak range and speed, but if it lands then it results in high damage. As you can see here, she raises her arms and then fires the attack at Gin, but it does take a bit of time for the attack to successfully land. I do have to admit that Rangiku's gameplay is a little bit similar to Rukia's, as she also has Shaka Ho and Sokatsui. The only difference is that Rangiku doesn't really have a Byakurai attack, as this is exclusive at the moment to both Byakuya and Rukia. So moving on, we have Rangiku's Awakening, and it's no surprise that her awakening is the release of her Shikai Hinako. So this changes specific actions of Rangiku's fighting style. Her signature move, Hinako Spread, is a unique fighting technique which allows her to control her opponent's movement. So we see this in action here, as Rangiku fires several high-speed attacks towards her opponent, not really giving them any room to breathe, as she's firing off the attacks then teleporting closer and just not letting them get away from her. So yeah, that was the amazing gameplay trailer of Rangiku. She's described as being a character who is strong at medium range attacks and abilities which break the rhythm of the opponent. And you can definitely see that here with her awakening, as she's not letting her opponent have any room to counterattack. So in terms of Rangiku's stat sheet, her weakest stats are her technique and toughness, as both her special skills and durability are quite limited. And then the next strongest stat is her power, as both her attack and strength are pretty much at an average level, but where she really excels is in her speed and reach stats. While she's not as great as Genichimaru in the reach stat, she's just as fast, with her mobility being above average as well as her range being above average. And in terms of her ease of use, she's rated 3 out of 5 stars. Once again, I'm totally impressed with the reveals that Bandai Namco is doing. From what it seems like, Rebirth of Souls is going to be releasing sometime in 2025. Even if it's a year from now, we have about 40 to 50 weeks in that time, which means we have a lot more character gameplay trailers left to be revealed. I'm super excited to see all of the different characters that are going to be playable in this game, and once again, with each character gameplay trailer, it emphasizes a different variety of fighting styles, and it's not just conventional Shinigami sword slashes. They're really taking advantage of the diverse power system that exists within Kubo's work, and I keep saying this in all of my videos about this game, there's a lot of love that's being poured into it. I just love how each character faithfully is represented with their different movesets and abilities, and the way that they fight as an individual. People are complaining that the gameplay does look slow and stiff, but I feel like once you get the hang of it, then this game can offer fast-paced, intense gameplay. With the mechanics of the Awakening and the ability to turn the tide of battle, Rebirth of Souls is shaping up to be one of the best Bleach games that has ever been created. So yeah, we've now reached the point of the video where I do want to hand over the discussion to all of you. What do you guys think about the new gameplay trailers for Urahara, Gin, and Rangiku? Personally, my favorite gameplay trailer out of this bunch is the Urahara gameplay trailer, and I absolutely cannot wait to play as him. Up until now, we were getting characters from the Substitute Shinigami arc, but it feels great to have characters now from the Soul Society arc, and I'm super eager to see what characters will be revealed from the Arrancar arc, as I really want to see gameplay trailers from some of the Espada, as I'd love to know how Grimmjow and Ulquiorra play in this game. So yeah, definitely continue the discussion in the comments, and lastly, thanks for making it to the end of this video, and I cannot wait to see you in my next Rebirth of Souls gameplay breakdown video. A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.